Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Critical Beauty. Today, I have the honor to interview Miss Cosmo Cuba 2025, Amis Napoles Ochoa. If you have any questions for Amis, feel free to jot them down in the comment section or in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to read your question, your comments to Amis. So I'm just waiting for her to enter the chat room. I hope everybody is having a happy new year so far. So oh, I see her now. Let's admit her. Hey,
Hello, how are you?
what's up, chica?
What's up? Can you see me good?
Cool. I apologize for last time because
Okay.
it was beyond my control. I did not expect we would have another like snowstorm, and we're expecting another one this weekend. More snow, at least about four feet or 5 feet of snow.
Yeah, I heard about. No, so
I'm
sorry
ready.
about that. I know it's so super cold.
I'm ready to move to Arizona, honey.
Yeah, we are like 50 something,
Oh,
55. In
oh,
the morning, it gets to like 44, but only in the mornings. Then it's chill,
that
normal.
is like spring weather
I
here.
know it's super nice right now.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. But let me see. Have I been to Arizona? I can't remember. I don't think I've ever been to Arizona. I've always wanted to go to Phoenix. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's another. Is Tempe in Arizona?
Tempe, yeah, that's
Tempe,
where they have
Arizona.
the main Arizona State University.
Okay, okay.
It's more like walking. It's pretty cute. They have a whole like lake. I
Okay.
know
Ooh.
it's given Florida and in Arizona.
And there's also is it Tucson? Tucson, right? Tucson,
Tucson.
Arizona.
Yeah, I don't think I've been in Tucson. It's a little bit far from here,
Okay.
like
How
two
long?
hours.
Okay, so how long have you're not, I know you were born and raised in Cuba,
Yes.
but is Arizona the first state you lived in?
Yeah, it has been the only state that I've actually lived. Yeah, the only.
Oh, that's interesting because for some reason, a lot of people think that no, Florida, because many Cubans first settled in Florida. And
Yeah,
there's a huge Cuban population, in Miami and
yeah.
elsewhere in Florida. But a lot of people don't realize Cubans are everywhere.
We're everywhere. That's right. Yeah. Sometimes I get like surprised by finding Cuban people here. There is not many like Florida,
Mhm.
but there is some. There is some Cuban people here.
Good. That's good. So do you know is it Shelby Burns? Shelby was Miss International Cuba
Yes.
2024.
Mhm.
Are you friends with her?
No, she lives here?
I think she lived there for a while, but I think she moved. She moved to Chicago or something with a
No,
boyfriend. Yeah.
I think like when I met Naomi, she wasn't already here. Probably we would have met if she was. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, the Cuban population obviously is becoming
Mhm.
bigger and bigger and more significant. You people are amazing. You have contributed so much to American culture, like music. Hello, Cuban music,
Salsa, reggaeton.
salsa, of course, Cuban food.
Yes.
Cuban literature. Cuban literature
Mhm.
is very, very rich. Cuban poetry is
The
beautiful.
poetry is beautiful.
hmm
Yeah.
So although I've never been to Cuba,
Mhm.
I always dreamt of going there because I know, ever since former President Obama lifted restrictions years ago, Americans are now able to go to Cuba and just enjoy the country. In fact, the other day I was watching an American vlogger who went to Havana, who went to Cuba, and he toured the city, and he was amazed by very little has changed as far as architecture, cars. There's still
Mhm.
cars from the
To have
1950s.
the 1958 American cars.
hmm
It's crazy. Now I went in October and they're having more like diversity with the cars. But I mean in Havana, which is the main tourist
hmm
province,
hmm
it's impossible. If you want tourism, you wanna keep those cars. It's
Oh
very
yeah.
interesting.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
I think that's what makes Havana, Cuba in general, unique.
Yeah.
compared to the other Latin American countries because it looks like time stood still, but yet, the character and the nature of the people have remained the same. They're still very friendly, very outgoing,
Mhm.
very helpful, and they really treat you as if you were their own family, members of
Mhm.
their own family. So that's really nice. Now, how old were you when you came to the United States?
So I came when I was 16. That was in 2021. That was pretty fresh. It feels like a decade ago, but it was pretty fresh. Pretty fresh. It was right after COVID. I
And you
came.
just you didn't speak English then, right?
Nothing. It was zero. I came. I remember. I came in October 2021, and in November I started high school. Right before midterms, right before the test. I was a little bit brave for doing that. And they put me in a class that no one knew Spanish. And we didn't have anyone, the teachers were not allowed to have someone to support us, to translate for us.
So there was no bilingual education,
No. You
which is,
either
I think
understood
that's
or not.
good. Don't you think
But
that's good?
I was stressed. I was crying every day because I was so good at school in Cuba and I was one of the top in my class over there. And I never struggled with understanding.
Okay.
And it was pretty shocking to now being the only person in class who didn't understand anything. But that was also what gave me the pressure of learning super fast. In less than a year, I was already on track and I graduated on time. I got on a scholarship to go to college. Insane. Everyone asked me how you learn. I'm like, just watch Netflix and listen to Spotify. That's what got me there first.
I love that. That's right. I mean, there's really no good reason why, an immigrant or foreigner don't have to learn English because there's so many tools, there's so many resources available, you
I
know?
know. It's insane. And also, like, I know this is the hard part, but surrounding yourself with people that speak
Mhm.
English and that want to help you, I
Yeah.
think that helped me learn faster because I started the modeling program like 6 months after that. And my friends in the modeling program, they used to help me and they used to talk to me and translate me and explain me, hey, this you don't say this, you say this.
Yeah.
And having a
I
community really helped me to learn faster for sure.
That's great. It's great to know that there's a very strong support, for foreigners, for immigrants. I think that's the main thing, which a lot of other cultures or countries lack because I mean, I really believe in, respecting the culture of the country that you move to. Because if obviously if I were to move to, let's say, Spain, I mean, I already speak Spanish, but if I were to move to, let's say, Russia, I would have to learn Russian and really immerse myself in Russian. And that's the only way they would be able to accept me. But I'm glad that in America, we have a very strong support for, language immersion programs and whatnot.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of America? Okay, the plane lands in Arizona. You look out over the airplane window. Oh my God, I'm in America already. I'm so happy.
Surprised. The first thing I told my mom was, the streets are so clean. Because it's Arizona, here in Arizona, it doesn't rain. So, for example, in Florida, the streets are more like wet. It can be a little bit dirty or sometimes. But here in Arizona, it's so clean because it doesn't rain. It's just, hot and everything is so clean. And it was my first reaction when we got to the neighborhood. I told my mom, like, why are the streets so clean? Like, how do they keep it like that?
Well, people collect trash, okay?
Yeah. And you have to pay money to catch you.
I know, right? Nothing is free. A lot of people think that a lot of things are free in America. No, honey, that's not true. Money does not grow in trees, okay? Just to let you know.
Right.
So, what
But
was your? Go ahead.
I have to say it was kind of like something that shocked me that it was hard for me to get used to was not having a community, like a neighborhood. For example, here I don't know who lives next to me. I don't know,
Oh,
people
yeah.
that live start in my area. And in Cuba, it used to be more like a community. Like I knew who lived next to me. I used to go to see my neighbor every day, and
Yeah.
like we would talk. And if they needed something, we will give them sugar or salt or whatever they needed to cook sometimes. And here's like you can basically pass away and they will not even,
Nobody will know.
yeah, no one will know.
Yeah.
So that was very shocking, like not having that
That
communication with the
closeness.
people,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
surrounding you.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I totally agree because I think most Americans value their privacy.
Yeah.
That's why, in some states, some people have like big acres of land and they have a big house, but their neighbor is like half a mile away or a miles away. They
Mhm.
value their privacy so much. But I really do understand, the importance of being part of a community where everybody gets knows each other. So that's great. That's great. So before we continue, there are people watching us. Hello, everybody. If you have any questions for me, feel free to jot them down in the chat box below. Uh, Oh, Gerardo Muyo. Hola, Gerardo, ¿cómo estás? Question. This is a good one. If you have a chance to represent Cuba again in Miss Universe, are you willing to join again in Miss Universe Cuba? Have you thought about that? People are asking.
Of course, I can't say no. Of course, I've thought about it. um, I would say I will wait a couple years to see where the organization goes. Right now, I don't think it aligns with my beliefs, or I don't think it will be good for Cuba or for me, for my personal brand to be part of it. But down the line, if I feel ready, if I feel like I have a good purpose to represent Cuba again, I will definitely do it. Why not? But of course, I will have to see what the organization is standing for
Good
during that
answer. You
year.
know what? I would totally, totally agree with you. Wait a few years because to this day, we don't even know who runs the Mission of this organization.
Exactly. I will wait to see how it comes together, if it goes back to what it was.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, this is a dream. I feel like Miss Universe is still a big platform
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
to represent your country and to showcase yourself.
yeah.
So never say never.
Never say never, exactly. Even though there's a lot of controversies and scandals going on, eventually all this drama will go away. And then you need some breather, you need some time to recover from all the drama. And then everything goes back to normal. So it depends whether or not there's going to be a new owner, hopefully, who's professional, ethical,
Yeah.
moral, all the good values, okay, that we want for the organization. Uh, guess who's watching? Runway Poppy. Hi. Hi, Runway Poppy. Hola,
Oh, I
Wilfredo, mi amor.
miss him so much.
Yeah, Runway Poppy is in the house. He is one of my favorite people in the world. He's just has a big heart. He's just very, very warm. And he always is very enthusiastic when he comes to my show, doing our group discussions. So we talk about he always has something to say. Okay. He's like
Yes.
he's very opinionated. I love people who are opinionated, okay? But te quiero, mi amor.
Love
So
you.
happy.
Love you, Runway Papi.
Proud coach. Oh, is this your my baby mom love you so much? Adeline Ochoa?
That's my
Your mom.
mom.
Hola, mami.
Mommy.
¿Cómo está, mi amor?
You know.
My queen forever. Yes, of course. She's your daughter queen.
They
Viva
are
mi
my
reina,
biggest
la
supporters.
papi.
My fan number one is my mom.
Of course. Of course. Of course. That's wonderful. So you and your mom live together.
Um, so actually, we lived together until last year in August. She moved to Florida.
Oh,
And of
okay.
course, I was having my training and everything here out in Arizona, my agencies here. So while I was preparing for the pageant, I also had a lot of things in my life that I had to change. It was a very hard transition because my mom and I, we have been together um, to
Most of your
raise
life.
me,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
my whole life. So they wanted me to go with them to Florida, of course, but I wasn't ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Okay,
Still have
mommy, did you did
things.
you did you did you hear that? You're 20, right? You're 20?
I'm 20.
Okay, your daughter is 20. Okay, she's an adult. she can decide for herself. Okay.
No,
I know
she's
you
the
miss each
best.
other, but the most important thing is that you're very close to each other and they'll never go away. They'll never, never disappear. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
for
like a
sure.
bond. The bond between mother and daughter, mother and child is always very special. It's always
And
very
I'm
unique.
an only child, so yes.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have brothers and sisters?
No, I'm an only child. I used to have a brother from my dad's side, but he unfortunately he passed away in 2022 from a car accident.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So right now I'm the only baby.
Okay. So you don't feel spoiled.
No, I grew up in Cuba. I mean, we were poor, so even if they wanted to spoil me, it wasn't really that big. But I've always felt that support that they leave for me, basically, and they like everything they do and everything that they have done is to give me a better life and more opportunities. That's the way that I've been spoiled with.
That's good to know. Remy Papi
She's
says,
well, I don't know if you know, but my mom she crossed 9 countries to get to America.
get out. Which
Yeah.
countries?
So she went from Cuba to Guayana is the name, like
What is
Guyana.
Oh, Guyana in South America?
Yeah,
Guyana.
Guyana, and then she went to Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Nicaragua, Mexico, El Salvador, and two more countries which I cannot remember. But
What?
basically, all Central America, she had to go through bus and walk in.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
That is
she's the warrior.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Wow. She must have great legs. Walking.
Yeah, her and my stepdad, they
All
both.
that walking, mommy. Oh my God. She's saying, she is my life and I live for her. She is my whole world. I love you so much. Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
And Runway Poppy said, Runway Poppy, she's one of the best queens I've worked with, and I will continue working because she represents my beliefs in what a true queen is all about.
Aw, I love you so much. That
Oh.
made me cry here today. I already feel it.
Oh, this is a good question from Gerardo. If you were given a chance to remove one thing from yourself in yourself, what would it be and why? But you're perfect already. Why would you want to
Not
remove something?
perfect. Remove one thing. Wow. I will say, I mean, I feel like everyone else, I doubt myself sometimes. I will remove that because sometimes it makes you
Ah,
waste time
yes.
and lose track of the goal and the progress that you want to make. So
Okay.
self-doubt is something that I would remove. Yeah.
You know what? I see it because if the more you doubt yourself, the more you lose your confidence.
Yes. And it happens here in
It's
your mind.
mental. Yeah,
It's
it's
something very
mental.
mental that you have to be strong and really know what you want and what you
Mhm.
need to do to get to that point and
Mhm.
not lose focus, even if your mind is telling you the opposite.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
of course, as you know, as a pageant girl, we all encourage, it's all about building your confidence, your self-esteem, because if you don't have any of those, then what is the point of competing, right?
What is the point of competing, right? Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the point is to inspire other people. Is
Hmm.
basically the whole message
Hmm.
to represent the people from your country, the girls, the kids. And if you are not a person who's believing that, who's living that reality, then what's the point?
Exactly. So, any young girl watching the show, get some advice from Amis, okay? She is the one, she's your role model now.
Oh,
Look up to her, follow her journey because she's an amazing young woman. You mentioned that you're in Phoenix because your modeling agency is based in Phoenix. Is that it?
yeah, it's based in Arizona. It's called Ford RBA.
Okay.
So they're based in Arizona, and basically, if I get, I'm trying to get other agencies,
Mhm.
in other states now that I'm open full time for them.
Move to New York City, baby. That's where that's where
Ah,
all the happenings are, New York City.
Right. But I actually, the goal for long term will be more acting. So it might be LA first.
All
That's why I
right.
want to stay out here in Arizona because it will be easier for me to travel out there.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
did you sign up for this modeling agency? Were you discovered by somebody?
They discovered me. I did a collab with this stylist once, and I didn't know the stylist used to work for the agency. And the girl that's now my agent, she saw me in her Instagram, and she reached out to me. I thought it was a scam. I remember asking my one of my friends that she
It's
knew
a scam. I love that
money.
one.
I'm like, this cannot be true because they rejected me before a year before. I submitted for that agency and they never got back to me. And
How
I'm like,
dare they reject you? Oh my
it
God.
cannot be true. It has to be a scam. Is this a real person? And then she told me, yeah, that's the agent. That's her Instagram profile. And I went with them for a casting and an interview, and I got it. And that was in 2024. Yeah, 2020,
So almost 2 years now.
almost 2 years. Yeah,
Okay.
they're
So
amazing.
what was your most memorable project so far as a model? Or any what is that called? Have you done any advertisement, any movie parts or anything like that?
Memorable. That's a big word.
It's not easy to be a model though.
Today I did a Castle Fashion Week. It's not really known, here in America. I think like in general, but it was a really big deal for me because I got a lot of connections from that event, and the people here in Arizona got to know me more. So I feel like it was a really good job to expand my networking. It's Castle Fashion Week. But
Okay.
other than that, I've done a lot of e-commerce
Okay.
jobs, and I've worked with this brand called Antigua Apparel, and I was in Kohl's and in other stores, and it was really cool to see myself on the website. So I guess that's one of my favorites as well.
That's wonderful. You know what? The more I look at your face, the more you remind me of Cindy Crawford. Have you heard of her?
Yeah, I get that a lot on my TikTok.
Because
I
because
get top two is Cindy and Eva Mendes. Those two.
Eva Mendes, that's the other one. Now,
Yes.
yeah, this is her. That's Cindy Crawford right
Uh-huh.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
So isn't yeah, also you have like a birthmark on your face, and she also
I
has a
have the
birthmark.
bird. Which Eva Mendes, she has the same one, just a little bit lower.
That's right, that's right, that's right. But I think you're about how tall are you? Are you like 5'10", 5'11"?
No, I'm 5'9.5". I will say 5'10".
Okay,
You can
okay,
I can I can
5'10".
go by 5'10", yeah.
5'10". So that's the ideal, like 5'8" and above usually is the ideal height for runway models,
Hmm.
high fashion models and whatnot and everything. Now, have you had to deal with like with weight issues? Because I know in high fashion, especially, they prefer a really like thin models. Did you have to struggle with that?
Well, actually, they haven't told me to my face, but I know.
They're just being very polite, I guess.
I know
They don't
that
want to
if
hurt your
I want to get
feelings.
to New York to that style, I'm gonna have to be like a spaghetti, which
Mhm.
I don't like. That's why I'm trying to see if I can. I enjoy acting as much as modeling, but I think acting is more realistic because I do not want to be an unhealthy
Yeah.
role
Yeah.
model for other people. Because that's a reality, unfortunately, to be in a high fashion runway, you're gonna have to be super skinny. That's a reality nowadays.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that is, yeah.
they
Unfortunately,
haven't
that
told me.
is.
I've never, fortunately, no one has ever told me you need to lose 10 pounds to be with us to work for us. But I know if I try hard enough, I will find someone who will tell me the truth to my face.
You know what? Yeah, I think people, if I were a model, I would probably appreciate people telling me the truth. Because if people didn't tell me the truth, then I would be just delusional. I don't want to be delusional. And I mean, I know there are some modeling agencies that are more inclusive, that have
Mhm.
inclusive models and whatnot of different sizes and shapes. But of course, when you talk about high fashion, 100% of the time they prefer really skinny, tall models,
And if
right?
you're an influencer, even better.
And if you're 20, you're over the hill.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
kidding. I'm
but
just
we'll
kidding.
see. I'll try, of course. One thing that I like to always say for everything, for pageants, for modeling, I like to try and give the best of me in everything that I do. And if it doesn't happen, it was just not meant to be.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
will I will always try and give my best in everything, even if
Exactly.
it is but being a waitress in a restaurant. I will be the best at it.
Or you can be stunt woman.
Or something.
Are you physical? Do you like action, like movies and
I like
whatnot?
actions. That's actually my favorite too. Will be action, and I like comedy too. I feel like I will, yeah.
I can see you I can see you playing the part of Wonder Woman.
A Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because
I love Wonder Woman.
there's a bit of a young Linda Carter in you.
Hmm.
So yeah, I can see you playing Wonder Woman or any of these action figures,
Hmm.
like X-Men or X-Woman or whatever. Yeah, so that's good. Wow, Runway Poppy says, I hope to get her with MMG modeling in New York. Yeah, Runway Poppy, yes, let's get her to
Yes.
MMG. Okay.
Amen.
Or And your mommy says, she's so talented. I know you will achieve every dream you set your heart on. That is so true. Again,
Oh,
believing
gracias,
in
mami.
yourself, believing in yourself. Gerardo, are you willing to be a Victoria's Secret model?
I don't even have to think about that. Yes. Look,
Yes.
I have the hair.
Give
Let's
it
do
to me,
it.
baby. Give it to me. Any opportunity I'll take, okay?
Look, I do think Victoria's Secret will be something more achievable because now
Mhm.
they do more inclusive,
Inclusive, all body
um,
figures, all body
yeah,
shapes.
public figures. So that's more achievable. But yeah, other than that, it's understandable that they want more high fashions, like skinnier looking
Mhm.
people. Because I mean, that's modeling, that's high fashion. I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah. Now, what are there any circumstances or situations as a model that you would never do? Like maybe like pose totally nude. If the
No,
price,
definitely not.
even if the price is right, even if they pay you like $10 million, would you do it?
How about to show everything? I don't think so.
Show everything. Like Alicia Machado, she showed everything.
She did?
She did. She plays for Playboy years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Hmm.
I think I would do like underwear, like
Maybe like
like
what it,
two-piece bikini or
okay.
something, but like showing nude, no.
What if it were done in a very artistic way and the photo is taken by a woman?
No.
Still not? Okay.
Still no, still men are gonna look at it. A woman is gonna take it, men are gonna use it.
That's true. That's true. Question from Gerardo. Uh, what would you rather be, beautiful or smart, and why?
Well,
Common.
nowadays,
That's a
like
common
Alicia
question.
Machado say, smart, I get the money and I get a surgery in my face.
There you go. Ba-dum-bum.
Yes.
Woohoo! There's your answer, Gerardo. That was a good question, by the way. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. No, because
Now,
like with the smart and knowing how to do business nowadays, you can everything else is doable with money.
you know what? Yeah, I totally agree because money, well, I shouldn't say money is everything, but having money helps a lot already,
It
right?
helps for most part. It's up to you if now the happiness part, because people say, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. It's up to you about the people you surround yourself. Are you prioritizing your family? Are you prioritizing, human connection? I think if you do that, you're gonna be happy. Having a
Totally.
community.
Totally. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if
Yeah,
you don't have anybody to share your money with, your family, your
exactly.
mom, Runway Poppy, you're here.
Broadway Papi,
Yes.
Noemi.
Then what's the point of being rich if you can't share your money, your wealth with everybody, right? Good.
Right.
Good, 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 good. So that I hope that answers your question, Gerardo. Um, okay. Actually, I want to talk about your Miss Cosmo experience in
Yay.
Vietnam. A lot of people are wondering, I mean, this you actually had visited Vietnam months before the actual competition. You went there with other girls, right?
Uh-huh, for the press
For
conference
the press conference
in August.
and to promote the pageant in August and stuff and everything. What was your first impression of the country and the people?
I have to say, I felt so loved. Representing Cuba, I thought I had my mindset set that, okay, people are not gonna look at me, I'm not gonna be the center of attention because, Cuba is not a powerhouse in pageants. We usually, we are there, but we're not really there. So when I got so much love and they welcomed me so beautifully, Vietnamese people were amazing to every single girl. They treated
Mhm,
us the same way to everyone. They loved us, they cheered for us, and I wasn't expecting that. And that was my first reaction, being like, oh my goodness, they are so nice. They are. Sometimes I was like, you guys are way too nice. Don't treat me. I know I'm a queen, but you're literally treating me like the
like the
queen of
queen.
England,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like an actual queen. Like, let me help you with your shoes. Like, let me help you with that. And do you need anything? Are you hungry? The hospitality was a 10 out of 10. So that was
Amazing.
something that really surprised me, especially coming from America. Like, everyone is so private and you're on your own. But then
Mhm,
you get there and everyone is focused on you and making sure that you're okay, that you don't need anything, proud of having you in their countries. That was something amazing to see.
mhm.
Definitely.
They probably have never seen a Cuban woman before.
Actually,
They probably have this preconception of Cuban women as,
mhm.
I don't know, like fat, not looking healthy, bad skin. But when they saw you, oh my God, that's Miss Cuba. She's gorgeous. She's stunning.
She's the
Yeah.
cropper.
Wow. So
I know. Yeah.
So when you, okay, so I'm looking at the calendar. Now, November 26, 28, those were the dates where the girls were supposed to arrive. Did you guys all fly into Ho Chi Minh City together? You met there, right?
So I got there a week before, and I got to Ho Chi Minh, and I spent like 5 6 days. I spent it with Colombia. She was staying in the same hotel, Miss Cosmo Colombia,
Uh-huh.
and we worked out together. We used to go have coffee together. We were both training for the pageant. Um, so during those days, it was kind of like, that's the final line. You can't do anything other than keep preparing and pray that everything is gonna be good. And that was a good 5 days to get to know the country. I went shopping a little bit, the food, the Vietnamese coffee. I've been dying to have Vietnamese coffee again. I've been looking on Google places here in Arizona, haven't found a good one yet.
Really? I would think there would be a Vietnamese community there.
I'm pretty sure there is, but it's more like restaurants for like food, like actual food.
Oh,
But like
okay.
coffee, a coffee spot, I haven't seen any. I need to keep researching. I know that there has to be one at least.
Well, can't you make it yourself?
I could. You're right.
Just go to
I'm,
the
I'm a little
supermarket and
lazy.
buy all the ingredients. Like Google it, how to make good Vietnamese coffee. There you go.
I know. I'm gonna have to look it up. I know they use the condensed milk, and I don't have espresso machine. That's the problem because they use like espresso,
Oh, okay, that's right.
and
Yeah.
what I have is instant coffee. So
Well, just pretend it's espresso.
but the coffee, like I swear to you, you will sleep 3 hours. You will wake up, get your coffee, and you have energy for the rest
Full
of
of
the
energy.
day.
Yes, I can imagine.
Amazing. And the taste, incredible.
Hmm.
Yes.
All right, so you were Cuba, Colombia. Who were the other girls? Was Panama there too in the original? Because
No, before the competition, it was just Colombia and me. I think we met with.
Philippines, right? Philippines was there.
I think
Chelsea.
she was, but we didn't meet with her. We met
Okay.
with, I think Myanmar, El Salvador.
Miss
We met with Vietnam. We
Miss
went to eat
Vietnam.
together, and who else? Gibraltar, I think it was the country. We
Okay.
went to eat. We went to get dinner together, and then the day after was the pageant. Yeah,
Wonderful. Did you get sick with the food?
I did not.
Wait a minute. So did you get okay, before you went to Vietnam, did you get any vaccinations or shots like typhoid, malaria, all that stuff? None?
Nothing. I think
Wow.
because I was raised in Cuba, kind of with the same, um, in Cuba, if you were raised in America and you go to Cuba, you can't drink the water from there. You can't,
Right.
eat most of the
Mhm.
food because it might mess you up. And I
Mhm.
think I was used to more like homemade fresh food since Cuba, from
Mhm.
Cuba. And even the first time that we went in August, I ate everything. Everything
Wow.
like I was in my house and nothing happened, thank God. And same during the pageant. I think it helped that I had a really good nutrition before going to Vietnam. I was eating a lot of like high protein veggies, taking my vitamins every day, vitamin C. I used to take, I think this was a hack. Every morning I used to get an orange juice, fresh orange juice.
And that's
And
every
then later
morning.
in the day, I will get coffee.
Interesting.
So I think the orange juice was good.
So it 40 orange juice, vitamin C, all the vitamins sort of like strengthening your immune system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
That's
vitamins.
amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's one thing I missed. All the fruits from Vietnam, they're so fresh. The juice, you could order a
The
juice,
mangoes. Yeah.
the mangoes, the grapes. Yeah, it was incredible when it comes to food.
So did you try street food? Because usually people get sick when they
I
try street
tried
food.
street food too.
And
I
you didn't
tried
get
the
sick.
banh mi. No, I
Uh-huh.
didn't get. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even get. Some of the girls got like um they got sick just from like the flu or something, just their nose, they would get like fever or something, but not from like the food, just because they wouldn't sleep a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But it was mainly because they wouldn't eat, like they will get too distracted with the pageant and content. I'm like, if I had to choose between recording a video and eating, I would eat.
Of course. It's common sense.
It's common sense because I was not gonna be then. They will ask, "Oh, why is Cuba is always so energetic?" Because I'm eating. I'm not
Oh
starving.
no, I don't want to eat. I'd rather win the social media award here, post on Instagram, post YouTube, and everything. And
So
the
I
next
will.
day you become weak.
Yeah, that was my secret to not get sick was I took. So one thing I brought from here from America was electrolytes, and
Ah.
I brought my
So,
vitamins, like my pills with vitamins, and I will get that every single day. This package of greens. So it was a powder that basically had all the vitamins of the veggies and
mhm.
fruits, and I
Right.
would drink that every day. So I think that helped too.
But did you drink tap water when you were in Vietnam, or you just drank bottled water all the time?
Yeah, that I didn't do that.
Okay.
Bottled water, or I mean, in the restaurants, I guess whatever water they gave
It
me,
should
I
be
never asked.
yeah, yeah.
It should be
Safe.
good
Yeah.
water because they
Yeah.
they wouldn't take the risk to give that to tourists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Oh, well, you're lucky. Now, so you were very close with Colombia because she was your roommate, right? You spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time. She's an amazing woman, like so disciplined. Like every night, she will sit down on her bed, on her laptop, and I study her things, study her project, read and listen to podcasts. And I'm like, girl, how are you doing that? Like, I just want to sleep. How- I used to get to the hotel and look at my project stuff a little bit, like 10 minutes, and go to sleep. And she was very disciplined. It was very inspiring to have her close to me because then it will make me do it too. I'm like, okay, I need to keep up with her too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, she
And
she was incredible.
and then and then did she because did she make okay, did you go
She
I know
made top 10 like me. Yeah.
you made the top 10. Yeah, and then you also was she also in the Green Summit? Because I know you were in the top three of the Green
She was
Summit.
top 20, I think it was 26 for Grim Summit. Yeah, she was there.
Okay. Okay. Because when I found out, okay, as soon as you made the top three of the Green Summit, like Wilfred and I, okay, I think she could easily win top five. She could easily be in the top five because I mean, you have superior communication skills. Your presentation was amazing.
Thanks.
Um, so I was like very, very surprised. I was actually literally shocked when they failed to call in the top five. I was like literally like went down the floor. What? I said like what the F? Like what happened? What just happened? Cuba should have been in the top five, instead of the other two girls, which I'm not gonna mention. But of course Wilfredo knows who I'm talking about, right? But yeah, so a lot of people were shocked. Were you shocked?
I wasn't sad, I wasn't disappointed, but I was shocked.
Hmm.
I still cannot believe that I was so calm. I wish you could see me like backstage. I was like, I don't know, so calm. My heart never raced like crazy. But what surprised me, I'm gonna be honest, is facts. Um, Miss Cosmo, the branding, the marketing that they gave to the pageant, it was all around the platform. It was all around the impactful beauty project that you were presenting to them. It was never about who's gonna give the best show. Because if that was the point, I would have been like, okay, I'm not gonna do any project. I'm just gonna train runway. You know, um, that was what surprised me because uh, the top five, all amazing girls. They're all amazing girls. But I have to say, uh, there were some that their project was not developed or that they didn't even do a project. So that kind of like,
That's what I
I feel
heard.
like they failed me with telling me the project is the most important thing when clearly when they called the top five it wasn't really the main thing then.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
That was the
Because
only thing. Other than that, beautifully, like I have no complaints. It's just it threw me off that some people did not develop their project and they were in the top five. That was very surprising.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I was Runway Papa says, I was mad on that post live after the pageant, and I will call them out. Well, why did you call them out? Write the names of those countries that you didn't think deserved to be in the top five right now. Do it, Runway Papi, do it. So, just kidding.
I'm
I'm
not
just
gonna. My
kidding.
Vietnamese fans are gonna get mad. They got.
I know, right?
I call out one country in a live on TikTok, and they got so mad. Like, why
Ooh.
am I so bad? Like, they call me like they said that I had envy, and I'm like, guys, like I'm saying the truth. Like it's facts. I'm just saying what really happened.
Hmm.
Everyone worked as hard. It's just about the communication. Like if that was the main thing,
Hmm.
why they didn't follow what
Why
they were
didn't
promised.
exactly,
If
exactly.
you tell me, oh, like Miss Grand, we know it's all about who gives the best show, who has the most
Yeah.
followers, the marketing.
And not only that, but know what is the only judge. He gets to pick
Exactly, they
who
are
he thinks the
straightforward.
best. Yes. But
So
whereas Miss Cosmo, see, Miss Cosmo is sort of like designed or fashioned after Miss Universe because they want to, put a lot of importance on transparency, on the results of the judges. I'm sure there were like accountants, professional accountants who were monitoring the selection process. Oh, Paula
mhm.
Shugart, of course, was one of the judges, right? She was one of the judges, Paula Shugart.
Sugar.
Hmm. How was her, by the way? Did you get to meet her?
I well during the
The
closed door
interview?
interview,
Okay.
she
What sorts
made some tough question. Her
like
question was the toughest one.
like
She asked
what?
me about ICE immigration. I was like, girl, you are trying to throw me off.
Oh, that's funny.
But
What did
yeah,
you
oh my
say?
God,
What
they
did you
were
tell
all
her?
amazing. I think the question was, she asked me if I had any problem with ice and if I've had to confront any like weird situation. And in general, like, what do I think about that? Like, what should happen? Basically, if I'm against or if I support or not immigration too. That was one of the questions. So I told her I've never personally lived anything with ICE. Thank God, not me or my family. And I told her about a situation. I had a Cuban flag in my car, and I took it down because I was scared of profiling because they were pulling over people on the road here in Arizona just because they had a Cuban flag or they have
Or
a
other
Mexican flag
flags besides
or
American
any
flag?
other flag
Yeah,
besides the American one. So I told her about that. But like overall, I don't have a saying in what the government is gonna choose for the people. Told
right.
her that whatever I do, I can make an impact in the community and help them, but I cannot have a say in a vote in what the government is in the decisions that the government is making right now.
I also think a lot of people, because of all this, chaos and drama, a lot of people, especially the younger generation, they don't they don't even know the reason why ICE exists to begin with, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically they enforce the laws. If they perceive or if they receive some hints or tips that such and such person may be illegal in America, or especially they go after the criminals, the hardcore criminals, like the people involved with narcotics, with drugs,
Yeah.
with human trafficking. I mean, the really hardcore crimes, they go after those people. But of course, the media tends to sensationalize everything. So,
Yeah.
which is which
Totally.
is which is sad. Have you heard of was it like 20 years ago? The Cuban boy, Elian Gonzalez.
Elian,
You heard
yes,
about that,
you
right?
know, my grandma used to have the whole book of Elian.
Elian? Okay.
And you like you have pictures and the whole timeline. It was a big thing in Cuba. He was very famous.
And I think he's now in his like 30, 31, 30 years old, and he is a politician. He's now part of the
Actually, what is he doing right now? Is he here? No, he went back
he's
to
in
Cuba.
Cuba. He went back to Cuba. He
Yeah,
decided
he
to
went
go
back
back
to
to
Cuba.
Cuba.
Yeah,
Yeah. He wants to
poor man.
basically serve his people and whatnot, which I think is good, is very noble. Because he loves his home country. But I remember that episode where was it not it wasn't ICE, I think it was FBI, one of those agents. They stormed in the house, and that they they captured the situation where poor Elian was in the closet with his father, and that frightened look on his face and stuff and everything. I very remember that very distinctly. So, you know what? I'm glad that he's safe, he's okay, and that he's very happy. He's married with child. So he's doing quite well, in Cuba. But we want bigger changes for Cuba, okay? We need
We need bigger changes. Yes, for
we need
sure.
bigger changes in
I
Cuba,
I
okay?
really hope to be alive to see Cuba as a better country. I want it to get better, but at the same time, I hope that if it gets better, that the culture is not lost. Because I feel like even now, um, there are so many necessities and poverty in Cuba that I think the last years that I lived there, there is not a lot of culture left.
Mm.
People doesn't have the strength or the energy to do that anymore. For example, the dances. I remember like growing up, we used to do the carnivals. We used to dance a lot. So many celebrations every month for the culture for our country, and we don't do that anymore because people, it's hard. Like, what are we gonna celebrate for? So
Isn't
it's
it?
it's very
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. So in a way, I don't know, maybe you're up to date with what's happening in Venezuela,
Mm-hmm.
because as you know, Maduro, the dictator, has been taken out and he's now in
Yes.
prison. Thank you, President Trump. So
Yes.
a lot of Venezuelans are very
Finally,
happy.
something good.
A lot of Venezuelans are very happy about that. Okay, thank God. But how is Venezuela different from Cuba from a political perspective? Do you think it's also possible for the Cuban people to revolt against the Cuban government, the leaders right now, and overthrow?
I think if it's up to the people, it's never gonna happen. So because most of the population in Cuba right now are older people.
Okay.
So most of the young people, like people of my age, they're most of them here. They emigrate somewhere. Because
Okay.
if you ask a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old, what is your dream? They will tell you, my dream is to leave Cuba.
That's
So
sad.
there is not a lot of future. Like, I don't think the youth will fight
Mm.
or what's left of the youth for Cuba. And then we have like the older generation who still believe in the, in Castro and like these other, beliefs back in the day.
Yeah.
So I don't think if it's up to the people, a change is gonna happen. Something else is gonna have to happen there more here in
So,
the United States or with the government or
so
something.
would you approve, let's say, if President Trump decided to invade Cuba just to take out the Castro officials, the officers, would you approve that? Like what happened to Venezuela?
I feel like I will have to see what happens with Venezuela because I still don't know if he really wants to help the people or if he just wants the oil and F the people.
Mhm.
So I want to see what happens with Venezuela because if it's kind of like Puerto Rico, I love how they manage that. Puerto Rico still gets to keep their culture, gets to keep, the essence of the Puerto
Yeah.
Rican people. If it's
Yeah.
like that, I approve. Like I will be 100% in yes.
You mean so you don't mind Cuba becoming an American colony
I
or
don't
territory?
mind.
Really? Mm.
Look, it has been 63 years that the
True.
country.
Yeah.
I wish it will change without America's help. I
Yeah.
really hope, but
Mhm.
if not, that will be like the last resource.
True. That's
There
true.
is no other option.
Yeah. I've also heard that many Venezuelans would rather be an American colony than continue under Maduro's dictatorship,
Unless we
dictator
like have
regime.
like a really, I feel like it happens every couple hundred years that you have a really good president
Yeah.
that lifts up the country. That will definitely be a blessing too.
That's right. That's right. So that's why, as long as Trump is president, he needs to do everything in his power to reestablish democracy in Venezuela, in Cuba, in other countries ruled by dictators and whatnot. He's the only hope. He's our last hope in our
It's the
lifetime.
last hope. We've been waiting. We tried everything. In 2021, in Cuba, we had a lot of protests.
Hmm.
A lot of people went to jail. A lot of people were, killed. And no one wants to do that anymore because, so many families were lost. So many families were separated that we don't have weapons to defend ourselves. So there is not a chance for the people to win against the government who has
Hmm.
all the supplies.
Hmm.
Um, So that's the last resource will be America for sure.
Do you see yourself running as a politician someday? Somebody out that had, I don't know, asked that question.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I'm a
I want to
good
be I want to be a
actress.
supermodel. I don't want to be a
You can see
politician.
me in Hollywood. No politics. I will advocate for my people always. That's one thing. But to one point. Well, who knows? Who knows?
Well, you don't have to be a
I don't
politician
have the
to
knowledge though. Like to be, I don't. I haven't went. I didn't go to school for politics for anything related to the
a lot of
government.
people did not finish college education, but they've become great politicians.
Really?
Yeah. Politicians not in the sense of being a career politician that what most people are doing right now. Really sincere, good-natured, and people with big hearts who are really very sincere in helping their people. But nowadays, there's so many people running for politics, but they just want to be career politicians. They want to save their pension when they retire after 30, 40 years of service. That's their goal. They want to have a big
Yeah.
house, nice car, raise a family. They don't care about helping people. Okay. So those are the kind of people that we want to get rid of.
Talking.
Okay. Exactly. They talk the talk, but they never walk the walk. So people vote them out of office. Okay.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What was your top five for Miss Cosmo? Going back to Miss Cosmo.
Oh my God. Hello. Cuba was there for sure. Okay. I had Cuba. I had to go back to my list. I had Cuba. I had Colombia. I had Vietnam. I had USA and uh I had I think Indonesia. I had Indonesia in my top five. Yeah. Yeah, those are my original top five. But then after the prelims, my list changed. Indonesia, I dropped Indonesia out and I replaced her with Philippines because I thought Philippines did an amazing job. And then Panama, Panama was off my radar. I knew she had competed in Miss Universe. She was quite controversial, but she got disqualified for that. But then when she came back to compete in Miss Cosmo, everybody was like paying attention to her. But then again, something about her that was missing, maybe because of the fact that she couldn't speak English very well, and she just relied on her looks, you know. And that was to me was the most surprising. And Runway Poppy
Did
agreed,
it have a
agree
platform?
with me.
Okay.
I know you're good friends with Italy.
I love her. I
Yeah.
mean, she's a very sweet girl.
Yeah. Of course she is. Yeah.
But she even told me to my face, hey, like you should have been up there. Like she was crying because for her country, Panama hasn't really been in a top like that
Yeah.
before, you know.
Yeah.
So she was very proud about it. But I remember like when I was doing like in my mind like who do I think are like the best, like the biggest competitions, I was going by not only looks and catwalks, but the project, like who has a good
Platform.
project. Yeah, the platform. USA had a really good platform. Um, uh, Colombia, Vietnam had the best. She
Vietnam.
had
She
a whole
was.
book.
Yeah.
She did an amazing like a whole year working very hard. Like that girl did not sleep. I don't know how she did it. Um, who else had a really good
In
platform?
what about India?
India. I expected India top 10. I thought she was gonna be for sure top 10. And
Oh, she didn't make the top 10. She was only top 21.
yeah,
Oh.
I thought she for sure because she has a beautiful catwalk. She was gonna be top 10. I have Brazil because even though she doesn't speak English as good, she had a platform and she had a really good on stage presence as well.
Mhm.
So, but Panama didn't have her because she didn't have a platform. She never presented a video.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. So that's why a lot of people were
So
shocked.
I was like, okay, if they really qualify that the platform and they emphasize you need to do like this is a requirement.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, then that's points left. Like they didn't put on her. So that was my big surprise.
Yeah. I also like a lot of people also like Brazil. I love Brazil. I think she's one of
Brazil,
just
beautiful.
beautiful,
Her face
beautiful,
in person,
stunning.
amazing, stunning. She's a true Brasileña.
Now, my issue was that I think she answered the interview in English, or yeah, part English, part Portuguese. But a lot of people were saying that her interpreter butchered her answer.
They told her that so they thought she spoke Spanish. And she
Ah,
told them many times, I do not speak Spanish. She could understand, like when we were talking in Spanish, she could understand, but she couldn't speak Spanish. And they messed it up and they put her someone who spoke Spanish.
oh,
So
okay.
I think that was the mistake that they didn't really have anyone who knew Portuguese very well.
So I think that's one thing that Miss Cosmo needs to improve on. They need to hire really good professional interpreters speaking different languages like Portuguese, Spanish, French, whatever. Yeah.
If
Like,
anything, they're gonna have to bring every country is gonna have to bring someone like to translate them because then
well,
yeah.
they got money. Miss Cosmo has a lot of money. Hello. The sponsor is a bank for Pete's sake. Okay. I mean, they can afford to hire professional interpreters.
Fly out someone from Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there are many good ones. Now, um, which do you th were there any like besides you not making the top five, were there other shocking placements for you? Like
Not really. I mean, the rest is kind of like, okay, like I
like
didn't think, but it happened.
well, Zimbabwe to me was a shocker. She made the top 10, Zimbabwe.
During the preliminary, Colombia told me, keep an eye on Zimbabwe. She's gonna be a surprise, and it was exactly that. I don't know
Interesting.
what happened. I think during interview and the preliminary, she really stood out. She has a she's very beautiful. She's like 32 and she looks so young.
Uh-huh.
And I think she did a really good job. I expected her for sure.
I
But
yeah, go ahead.
something I did not like was, I don't know if you knew, they didn't score the whole month that we were there. They only score interview, preliminary, and final night.
Well, I thought that they were gonna score or I'm sure they were like chaperones, right? Who were handling the girls. And
So
they were supposed to report back to the
I didn't
executives.
do that this year. So that was the thing that pissed me off. Like, I saw girls that were late. Sometimes, like almost like every other day, that they will be late and they will like, or they will not treat people
They
the
didn't
right way, and
they didn't take the competition seriously. Yeah.
I would say they will take it seriously. It's just the behavior sometimes wasn't good, and normally
Hmm.
they will like score that, like, okay, she was
That's
late, like she didn't answer nice to the chaperone or something like that, like they will
yeah, yeah,
score.
yeah. Behavior.
This year they didn't do that, so I saw some people in top five that were
Ah.
late and that missed some of the practices and still made it very far. And I feel like it wasn't fair for people who woke up
Is
early. Look, India, she will wake up like at 4 a.m. every day to do her makeup and her hair, and she will be on time every time. And she didn't make, and yeah.
Wait a minute. So were the girls allowed to bring their own hair and makeup artists, or they had
No,
to do everything for
we
themselves?
weren't.
Oh, okay.
Which
Okay.
which is good because it wouldn't have been fair for some of the girls,
That's true.
especially me. I couldn't afford a makeup artist to bring a makeup artist from here from America.
Hmm.
And then I know some of the girls can afford that and would have brought a whole team. So it wouldn't have been fair to have a girl with 10 people helping her, and then
Like
you
an
will have
entire team.
me doing my own makeup. So I
That's
think that was
true.
that's a really good. I agree that I approve that that they do not allow having a personal makeup team.
So how long would it take for you to put on your makeup?
Pretty quick. Um,
Did you ever leave your room without makeup? Or did you always wear makeup?
did I ever only for like the last days that we did the practices for preliminaries and stuff that we were only practicing, I will do just like a bare face, and then if we had an activity after that, I would do my makeup. But
Okay.
usually, when I knew that there was not gonna be cameras or like, they will tell you too. Like today, you can be simple. You can be like wear like sports, or
Natural.
sometimes
Yeah.
like more simple. But other than that, I will do my makeup every day. Like right now, I will keep it very simple. Like you could tell I had makeup, but it wouldn't take me 2 hours.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it would look pretty good on photos too.
So who do you think, which girls spend the most time putting on makeup? Panama?
No, I don't think a lot of girls. Indonesia had a full beat of makeup every day. I was surprised. Same with
Okay.
India. I think they spend probably like an hour. Me,
What
20 minutes.
tops? Okay, that's
Because
average.
I didn't wear lashes. I was lucky to have long lashes, so I would just curl my lashes like 4 times, like
Wow.
and and it will look like I had lashes on. Don't tell Noemi. She will tell me to put lashes on, and I will be maybe not
She's
today.
probably watching. She'll know. She'll find out. She'll find out for sure. Now, were there any girls that were kind of like very difficult to be with?
No, you know what? Like
No.
I think like the organization was pretty good at keeping a good environment. A positive environment with all the girls, and even though we were all tired, like we were fed well. I was never like hungry. They gave us too much food. To my opinion, I gained weight
We-
there because it was a lot of good food. Um,
It didn't show though. It
you
didn't
think?
show.
I think for the final night, I think I was a little bit. I gained a couple pounds more than how I got there.
But you hit it very well.
I but I you know, some oil and body makeup fixed it.
There you go.
Uh, but yeah,
Oh,
everything's super nice. I feel like extra nice. Like I've never been in a pageant. I mean, I've only been in like two pageants, but usually the pageant environment is very competitive. It's very like
sure.
tense, and everyone, it was like a big family of women,
Hmm.
and that was really nice that we were able to connect. Everyone was genuinely like wanting to learn from each other and wanting to learn other girls' stories, and that was very interesting.
That's good. I think there were like a couple of events, outdoor events, where the girls were like freezing to death because the weather was so cold. One of them was it the national costume presentation or one of those
Yes.
the carnival thing.
Look, I'm so surprised I did not get sick. We were like
You got lucky.
cold, like, and I was wearing, I don't know if you saw it, like my costume
I
was a
saw it, yeah.
bikini. Bikini. All the girls were looking at me like, I'm,
Because
I,
you've been drinking your orange juice. That's why.
I'm so
Oh,
surprised. I was so, because I could feel my throat, like when I was waiting in line, because they will have you in line, even if there was still an hour left for your turn, you had to be in line. So I will feel my throat like hurting. I was like, you'll see tomorrow I'm gonna have fever and I'm gonna wake up with my throat like this. Nothing.
wow. You're
God
maybe
protected me like such in such a beautiful way when it, but it was very cold. I did not take anything for the cold because they told us that when I was already on my way, because I got there earlier. So I didn't have time or space in my luggage to put any coat. So Colombia, she borrowed me a jacket, a blazer, and that was what I wore for a whole week.
Oh,
On
okay.
top of
That's
every dress, I will put that blazer on top.
now were there I know during the preliminaries, let me see. I'm trying to remember if there were any girls who tripped or who fell or who stumbled while doing their catwalk. I don't remember anything. Do you?
Who fell?
I don't think anybody did. Maybe like a couple of like slip like but they didn't really fall. They sort of like slipped.
Yeah, I don't think there was any like big drama with the falling and stuff. I don't. That was our biggest fear because the sponsor shoes for the preliminary and the final night, they were a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh, really? Okay.
And uh, I just,
I thought some of the girls could use their own shoes.
yeah, we were allowed because they noticed like we couldn't really walk. Some of the girls couldn't walk on them,
Uh-huh.
so they allowed us to wear our own shoes. Because I tried to do my catwalk with those and horrible. I'm like, no, I cannot take the risk to not be able to do my signature walk. So as soon as they told me, hey, you can wear your own shoes, I'm like, yes. And I wore my
Good.
model shoes.
Now, I would think the girls received a lot of sponsors' gifts. Did you bring an empty suitcase with you just to fill it with all these gifts and uh
I didn't. I
prizes from
should have.
sponsors and clothes? Did you get to keep your Audai, the Audai outfit? Did you get to keep it?
We didn't.
Oh, really? It was loaned. Okay.
I thought we were going to though, but you know, those are very expensive. Like one outfit is like thousands of dollars
Oh, I didn't know that.
because they're
Oh, okay.
handmade. So they have a whole team like detail by detail. So it's understandable like they wouldn't let us keep that. But they sponsor us skincare. I brought my skincare. I think it's called Dr. Med.
Hmm.
So good. I use the retinol from them. It's really good. And they also gave us a sponsor for the hair. So
Okay.
hair oil, shampoo, conditioner, water bottle. They gave us. Oh, I actually, funny. I actually have this bag.
Any Vietnamese? Oh, that's
It's
cool. I like
Cosmo
that.
2025. I use it to go to the gym and
Is it denim? It looks like it's denim.
it's denim. It's
It's
all
denim.
denim.
Okay. I like it. It's
Really,
cool.
I love these bags.
I love one. I
Um,
want one.
I know they were so cute. I wish I wanted to bring more stuff. I got so many souvenirs from the fans, so many photos
Gifts.
the fans gave us. But yeah, I wish I got makeup. I was
You should have no, you should have brought some Vietnamese coffee.
I brought coffee, but it's not
But you don't have espresso
doesn't taste like
machine.
the espresso one. The espresso one is the good one. I brought collagen coffee. They gave me sugar-free coffee, collagen coffee, and another one. So I have like three kinds.
Collagen coffee? What's in there?
So it's basically, the coffee powder, like, and then I guess it has some collagen in, like collagen powder in the coffee.
Yeah.
I guess some bone broth or something to have the collagen in there.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's talk about your evening gown. Okay. When you came out of that stage wearing this beautiful, stunning dress, my first reaction was that winner. That's it. She needs to win. Okay.
For
She needs to-
preliminary or
for the
for,
for the finals.
for finals,
Yes.
I loved it. I loved my gown. But on the other hand, I had in the back of my mind, hopefully wearing the same gown doesn't affect me.
Did you
Uh,
change it?
no,
Did you
it was
change
the
it?
same gown, but I always had in my mind, like USA from last year, she wore the same
Yeah.
gown. She made it
Exactly. Yeah, that's
surprise.
what I thought.
So I
Yeah.
was like, that shouldn't be a problem. It's all about how you wear it. But I loved my gown. I felt so confident in it because I already wore it in preliminary, so I knew what to expect from it and the
Yeah.
things that I
Yeah.
could do, the movements.
Mhm.
I
It was
feel
it,
so good.
it was
Yeah.
designed by Vietnamese. It was a Vietnamese
Vietnamese,
design. Yeah.
yeah, Gia. They're amazing. They were the sweetest people. They even gave us the jewelry sponsor too. Amazing. That's one thing about Vietnam. Here in America, like you have to buy everything if you want to compete. It's a
Right.
very
Hmm.
expensive hobby here in America.
Yeah.
So in Vietnam, being able to have, the help from the sponsors and everyone wanting wanting you to wear their
Their
designs, their
designs. Yeah.
jewelry,
Yeah.
their makeup is beautiful. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish people were like that here.
I'm telling you because pageants are so big in Asia, especially in Southeast Asia.
Hmm.
You never run out of sponsors, people to sponsor your gown, your swimsuit, your shoes, makeup, jewelry, everything. Everything's right there. But whereas in America, pageants are big in America, depends where you live, but it's a struggle. It's very, very hard to find sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes what you get is a discount and call it a day. You're gonna get your 10% discount and that's it.
Yeah, promote my business. I'm going to give you free a 1 year supply of Vietnamese coffee if you promote my business on your Instagram. But then again, if you have a very low number of followers on your social media, it wouldn't help. It doesn't help. So that's why, when you compare Miss Cosmo, let's say with Miss Grand always prefer women with huge following because it's all about numbers anyway, right?
It's
It's all
all
about
about
numbers.
numbers, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all about numbers. So which is but people are comparing, Cosmo is Cosmo, Grand is Grand, so we need to really learn to respect both systems because not all the girls can compete in Grand and vice versa anyway. So there's pageants for every type of beauty queen, right?
Yeah, no, like for example, me, I wouldn't see myself in Grand or
Really?
you
You
think? If I
it's
let's say I become I don't know, an influencer, I create content and I have like 100,000 followers, definitely. Let's go.
okay, all right. Like
Because
maybe do the Miss Grand All Stars one of these days
mhm,
in the future.
because that's their thing. Their thing is promoting and having people to buy the products that they sell and to
Yeah.
watch the pageant and to.
And it's all about
So
showmanship anyway. I'm sure you can do salsa, you can dance, exaggerate your
oh yeah,
movements.
that
Can
part
you
for sure.
can you do cartwheels?
No, I can dance salsa, bachata, cha cha cha, samba, all that, everything that
Yeah.
you want.
And you can yell, right? You have a Miss Grand Cuba.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was one of the. Tell me why everyone loved to say that I said the way that I said Cuba. There was this girl that she told me, "Can I be Cuba for one day just to say the name?" Because I was saying like so like Cuba.
Yeah, I
They
yeah,
loved it.
never say no. Never say never. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, maybe in a few years from now, Miss Grand International will probably become much even bigger than Miss Universe. And so yeah, never say never.
I
It's
think with
it's
the
an
are they doing
opportunity.
the Grammys or the All Star thing?
Hmm.
I
It
think if they
starts,
do that, they're definitely gonna get so many more followers.
of course. I think it's going to start
Yeah,
in
it's
February
gonna get
next month.
big.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. I really can't wait. I really can't wait. Now, um, I think we pretty much covered all the basics of your pageant. So from a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your overall Miss Cosmo experience?
I think a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Let's say 9.5 because of the surprises at the end.
Okay,
But I learned so much. So about culture. The girls that I met, like Colombia is now, really good friend. Panama as well. Um, I know like to almost any country that I go to, I will have a girl, someone to go visit, and a friend. And the experience itself is worth more than the crown. So
good one. So
yeah,
it's a pageant that you would recommend to every young woman who wants
if
to.
yeah, if you really have a really good message, a cause, or like a drive or a passion to for culture to represent your country, definitely is a really good space since the Vietnamese fans, the public, the audience will look at that.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And of course, Miss Cosmo was heavily covered by a lot of pageant vloggers. There were several, some of them are good friends of mine. Luis Portes, of course, you know
Luis
him.
Pontes, yes.
Portes, yeah, he was there. In fact, actually, I think Noemi told me, you know what? I finally saw Luis and I came up to him and said, what do you think of my girl Cuba? Oh, I think she's doing very well, blah blah. Then why did you only put her in the top 10, in the top 20? Why
I have,
she should have been much
I'm
higher,
telling you,
okay?
I think like the biggest challenge for me was how can I make the pageant community to see me? Like, how can I make them see me? Like, how can I be different from other Cuban contestants? Because it's very hard, They always have the powerhouses, the same 10 countries every time.
Yeah.
So my goal in general, my biggest goal was to represent a different side of Cuban women and just to set the standard for the next girl, to set that for the next contestants that are going to represent Cuba.
Exactly, exactly. And hopefully would love to see you. I personally would love to see you compete in Miss Universe someday. But I think what you said earlier, I think it's smart to wait a little while and see
Mm-hmm.
what happens and see how the new ownership, turns up. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it would definitely be good opportunity for my, I want to do acting. So for my acting career, if I'm still trying to figure out like how to make it like even bigger, definitely I think Miss Universe will be like a push to get there too. But I want to be even better for like probably like 4 years from now.
here's a question from Gerardo. How do you handle criticism in the age of social media? Are you ever bullied on social media? If you are, how do you handle it? Do you block people?
I block people. Look, I'm very unbothered.
Really?
I'm very unbothered. I think my grandma and my mom, I grew up with women. They always told me someone hates on you. And they just have envy of you.
Envious?
They're just envious. Like let them talk. Um, I'm very how can I put this into words?
But you're not sensitive. Are you sensitive
I'm not
to
sensitive at all. That's a problem here in America. Like you have to watch out sometimes what I say because people
yeah,
get
yeah.
sensitive.
Hmm.
So Wilfredo helped me with that in my training. He was like, "Okay, don't say it like that. You need to be a little bit softer."
Yes, exactly.
But
Exactly.
I know my values and I know my beliefs very well. And let's say if I know I'm not the most beautiful person, but if I'm confident and I love myself the best way, why would I believe or why would I let someone else's comment affect me? You know?
Good point. Hmm.
Especially when it comes to pageants, like I have been working hard for this. I have been sacrificing many things to be here.
Hmm.
You're not gonna tell me, hey, you need to, I don't know, you're not good enough, you're not beautiful enough, you don't have enough followers.
Hmm.
So just when you know what you want and your values and what you stand for, it's very hard to break someone and to um, let criticism affect you. That's
Mhm.
my biggest advice for the girls. Always know your values and everything that you want to be. That will be.
Exactly, because nobody else knows you better than you do,
Mm-hmm.
right? So whatever other people are saying, like the trolls, the crazy people, they're all noise. They don't mean anything. Just block them out. I do all the time. I'll block them out.
Yeah, and
Who
some
are
they're
you?
just trying to like support their own countries. So
Mhm.
I understand like they want to affect other girls with the negative comments.
That's true. Exactly, that's true. One of my passion vloggers, I think you've met her, Summer of Crown Sisters. She was there. Um, Parade of Beauty was there. Also from Global Beauties, my good friend Melvin, he was there.
Yeah, they have some. Yeah,
Yeah, they have an amazing, so and they all receive all these recognition awards from the organization. I thought,
I
oh,
know.
that's
I didn't
great.
know we were gonna get that they were gonna pick someone from each like the global beauty one. I
Mhm.
remember they had like was it Philippines
I
that
think
won that?
so. I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah. And did somebody choose USA too? USA. I don't remember. Yeah.
No, USA didn't win anything but the crown.
Well, I was surprised that she won. She was
Oh my God.
like, what? Where did she come from? I mean, I've heard rumors that, this pageant was rigged and whatnot. Yeah. So,
I
but
mean, we'll never know.
we'll
I
never know.
guess
We'll
we'll
never
never
know.
know
There's a lot of secrets and mysteries out there. Only God knows. Only God can judge.
yeah, I really hope that they really made the right choice.
Hmm.
Um, like I said, all the girls I know, like everyone worked as hard.
Hmm.
Like that top 10, like we all were amazing girls.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. Were there any girls who did not make the top 21 that you would have wanted to make the list?
that did
Uh,
not make top 21.
yeah, so the girls who made the top 21, besides the top 10, Cambodia, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Germany to me was a surprise. Greece was gorgeous. India, Indonesia, Laos, Mexico, New Zealand, and Peru. Peru competed in Miss Universe. She's one of the
I
oldest.
was surprised with Peru.
Hmm.
I still don't know. Probably it was the interview. I'm trying to think. Because I mean, if it didn't affect Panama, not knowing English, then what would affect
Peru.
Peru, you know? So maybe something that happened with the interview because she did amazing preliminary. That dress was stunning.
Yeah,
I think Dominican Republic, I loved her. She had a really good interview in
she's
her
beautiful.
project.
I like her beauty. I like
Um,
Delisa.
I know she's so sweet.
Ecuador is just your age. She's like 19, 20. She's one of the
Ecuador.
youngest. Yeah.
I know
Very
she was when
beautiful.
she told me her age, I'm like,
You feel old?
you better. No, she better train very hard the next couple years and go to another pageant because
Miss
she's
Universe for
stunning.
sure. Yeah.
She's stunning, like beautiful skin, beautiful face, the catwalk, everything. Um, it surprised me like Australia. I feel like I always Australia because they're like the first
Us.
person that
Is she
talks.
blonde? Is she blonde? Australia? I
No, she has
forget.
like kind of like my color, like more like
Your
honey.
complexion? Okay.
Yeah, my complexion.
Oh, Jada. Jada Kyle is her name. Okay. Yeah. All
But
right.
she surprised me her runway. I'm like, oh, Australia. She
She
has
was
like
good.
she looked like a Latina, and then
Maybe
she
she
also was
is.
very well spoken.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone. I feel like because of Miss Cosmo, their main thing was about communication and about having a platform. All the girls were prepared for that,
Hmm.
so many of them were really good at communicating.
Do you like the idea though of the winner and the first runner-up sharing the reign together? Because if I were the winner, I would probably be pissed off by another girl.
You're like, you're trying
Grab,
to steal my
grab it.
shine.
Yeah, exactly. Grabbing all the attention away from me. And I mean, honestly, if you look at USA and Philippines, I think Philippines is getting more attention than USA.
She looks more like the actual queen than.
Yes, than USA. Yeah. So,
Uh,
I mean, nothing against USA, but I think at this point, you wonder, because when I saw, okay, the last two standing with Philippines and USA, they have to give it to the Philippines. But then again, of course, we were proved wrong to give it to USA instead. So there's something in there that USA has more advantage over the Philippines. But it is what it is. We have to respect the decision of the judges and
I think
whatnot
I would have loved, for example, if it was me and Colombia, I would have loved Colombia
to
to
win.
reign
Yeah.
together. But I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes it gets to a point like why are they both having the same visibility? Like I feel like the queen should have a little bit more, like not together every
Yeah.
single time. Like I feel
Yeah.
like the queen should have a little bit more. Like you can tell, okay, they're together, but the winner actually gets more opportunities, gets more visibility.
Yeah, exactly. Because I wouldn't want to share the same room with my first runner-up or whatever. I want my own privacy. I want my own servants serving me. I want to share.
That's funny.
But it is what it is. This is the Miss Cosmo system. And hopefully next year, maybe we'll see not just two, maybe the top three or the top five, living together and traveling together,
Just the top five.
like Miss Grand.
Not literally. I mean, at this point, if they're having so many sponsors, I think not in the same room, but maybe like have them for like a month over, and then okay, go home.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to wrap this conversation because I know you're busy and I'm starving. Okay, it's like almost 7:30 where I live, so I have to prepare dinner. Oh, guess who's watching? Your director, Noemi, is
No,
watching.
me.
Aha. Question from Noemi. What advice would you give to the next Miss Cosmo Cuba 2026? Good question.
Wow.
In closing.
In closing, I will say for the next girl representing Cuba to never forget the main thing, which is our roots, which is our culture, which is you as a Cuban woman. That is the main thing. What do you want to represent about Cuban women? Who we are, our culture, our values. This is a big opportunity to showcase that to the world and to keep the same legacy that I left of we also are smart. We also can be impactful beauty, even though we come from a very small country.
Mhm.
Never let coming the fact that you come from a small country to define you. Never let other people tell you your country's not strong enough. The name that's in your sash is not strong enough. We can make the difference, and in Miss Cosmo, even more, you can even win that crown. So you got this.
All right, good answer. And not only that, but you made history. You're the first Cuban to actually place in Miss Cosmo. So
Yeah,
that is quite an honor,
and place top 10.
top 10. And
Yeah.
hopefully, you paved the way for future Cuban women to be able to compete in Miss Cosmo. So yeah. So people listen to Amis, follow her. After this interview, I'm gonna upload this on my channel. I'm gonna tag you so you can people can follow you on your
Oh,
social
thank
media.
you.
All right, please follow her, and I can imagine bigger, better, and more beautiful things will happen to you
Thank
professionally,
you.
professionally and personally, of course. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to get to know you and show more and more people, know you better, who you are, the real Amis, the real Miss Cosmo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. I know you're busy. You have many interviews every day. You're posting and having a lot of content to put out there. So thank you for having me and for believing in me through the entire competition because I saw your comments in every I'm like, oh, he's there supporting me. So thank you so much for seeing the beauty in me and seeing the
Oh, of
impact that I
course.
was making for my community because that was my goal the entire time. And I told myself, no matter the outcome, I just want to know that I gave my best. There is nothing that I could have done better. I
Mhm.
prepare with a runway
The
pappy and
best.
me in
Hmm.
every way possible, runway, speech, communication, the platform. We did everything, and I'm leaving this journey, Miss Cosmo Cuba, with my heart out. There is nothing else I could have done. So very proud of everything.
And I think I will see you in New York Fashion Week.
Oh, you'll be there?
I'll be there.
I want to
Yeah.
meet you in
Yeah.
person.
So, would you give us more the details about the event? It's a February 15th, I think.
February 15, I think it's
Mhm.
from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And you guys can buy the tickets on the New Year Fashion Week AM Instagram. You can buy the tickets there. So
Yeah.
it's
So
gonna be pretty
you,
amazing. I'm very
yeah, so
excited.
you and was it four other Miss Cosmo beauty
I think
queens, right?
Greece, the two girls from Greece, Panama, Paraguay, I think, and
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Ooh, that should be very exciting. Do you know the designer that you're walking for?
Maxim. Oh no, Emi's gonna kill me.
Oh, Alonso Maximo. Oh my good
Yeah,
friend. Oh my
Alonso
gosh.
Maximo, and then we have other designers, like multiple designers for the other night on the 15th.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was in his show last September, New York Fashion Week last
How
September.
was it?
It was amazing. There were several Miss Universe contestants who walked for him, but I can't wait to see the Cosmo girls doing the runway for him. So I'm
Wow,
really
I'm very excited.
excited.
I haven't been in New York since 2022. I did my first ever fashion show being on a runway was New York Fashion Week, so it was a pretty big deal
Hmm.
for me back in the day. So I'm very excited to do it for the second time and see the progress. See like, okay, I used to be like this, so now this is the progress. So I'm very excited to see that.
I hope you close the show.
I hope that too. I mean, that's every model's dream to
I
be
hope, you
holding
know what?
hands.
I'm gonna send a message to Alonso after this interview. Could you please make Miss Cuba as the last girl to exit, okay? The last girl to walk because she's just phenomenal. She's the best, okay?
Oh, thank you so much. I
Okay.
would really appreciate that.
Put Italy first, put Panama first, okay? And then the others can follow, and then Cuba last, okay? Save the best for last, okay, Alonso?
The best for last.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
wonderful. Listen, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I wish you nothing but the best for this Happy New Year. And God bless you and your family and your mom, your loved ones. Hopefully you guys get to
Um,
meet again soon, someday.
Thank
And
you so much.
yeah, and I'll see you in New
Thank you.
York.
Have a wonderful weekend. See you in New York soon.
All right.
Hopefully, we can take a picture and post it. I'm so excited. Yay. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to be wearing my platform shoes because I know I'm gonna be
Your
like
platform.
I feel like a midget standing like next to a tall girl like you.
I will. I will. I will lower for
You're like,
you.
"Oh,
Just for
okay,
you.
all right." Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Listen, love you so much. Thank
Love
you,
you so much.
and God
Thank you.
bless.
Thank you for everyone watching.
Virtual
Bye
kisses. Thanks,
bye.
people.
Have some
Bye.
food.
Oh, and water too. And vitamin C. Drink
Vitamin
juice.
C.